Welcome to the BFF Report. I'm your host, Mike B, aka Phony. Today's focus is going to be on Steam independent games. So you go to Steam, you click on the little genres, go to indie, and that's where you're gonna find all three of the games that I'm focusing on today. Last week it was Xbox Live games. Not everybody was happy with that because I know that primarily you guys use PCs to play games. That's how you guys came across the show to begin with. You guys were on Zam or on the interwebs or whatever, and you come across maybe some other review show I was doing or something. It's always MMO based. I know we usually do MMOs. I don't even say usually anymore because there hasn't been a good MMO release in like the past fucking 7 months. So if you guys know of any, feel free to hook me up at IamTheMikeB or on my Facebook.com/AKAMikeB. Let me know because there just ain't none. All Points Bulletin's coming out though, and I'm looking forward to that, but I can't talk about it because the NDA is up right now, so let's get started. First game we're going to take a look at is The Misadventures of PB Winterbottom, and this can be had for a whopping $4.99 from Steam in the indie section. Surprisingly, this is probably one of the higher quality games you could get in the indie section of Steam, and probably majority of the other sections as well. The theme is set in the silent era with the film and all that stuff, and the scratches and the black and white and everything, and the music obviously kind of sets the mood. But the plot is actually pretty current, I would say, and you're probably thinking,
what's so current about a dude liking them cherry pies?
And that's a very good question. By the way, that's what my inner monologue sounds like when I read your comments, just FYI. Let me expound on this just a little bit more. He likes pies like this.
Oh man, let me get some of them pies. Oh, just let me get some of that crust. Oh, just let me get a whiff, man. Let me get a whiff. I'll just sit here next to you while you eat it, man. I just want, oh, can I lick that fork, man? Can I lick that fork? Oh my goodness.
That's right, Mr. Winterbottom is an old school, genuine crackhead. But unlike the modern day cracky, Mr. Winterbottom has the ability to control time and space. You see, the problem is Mr. Winterbottom is just one man. He needs to be able to trigger a platform that's gonna open a door, trigger a switch that's gonna lift this other platform out of the way so you can get to these pies, right? Now, how are you gonna do that? You're gonna record yourself and you're gonna make a clone of yourself doing some specific action. So it's probably just easier if I show you now, watch. So here we have a pie on the other side of this wall controlled by this switch. Now I have to record a clone, put him on this little platform deal here, and then bam, I got me some pie. I'll be honest, this is probably one of the more difficult games to get footage for because of its puzzle-like nature. I can only kind of go in here and play a couple rounds before I want to walk out and punch something in the face because I totally didn't realize that all I had to do was just launch my clone in the air, slap him with my umbrella before he hits the ground, generate 3 more clones, and backhand them over those blocks. Oh, that's right. That's all I had to do the whole time.
I'll do anything for another whiff of them pie, baby.
The next game up is Booster Troopers, and it's kind of interesting. First of all, it's $9.99, etc., etc. It costs twice as much as Mr. Winterbottom, but we can't really compare the two because they're two totally different games, you know? They're both, I mean, yeah, they're side-scrollers, platformers, whatever you want to call them, but this one is more of like a Smash Bros. Brawl meets Contra. It's somewhere in the middle there where it's not as, you know, as 8-bit as Contra, but it's definitely not as awesome as Smash Bros. First, I want to go ahead and commend the developer for giving the menu a very 1998 first-person shooter look with the whole stretch-to-fit font and graphics and all. Not really sure why more developers aren't doing this, to be honest. Choosing your loadout's pretty simple. You have 5 different primary weapons you could choose from. Then you have your secondary, which is a melee or a pistol. Then you have your explosives, which is the shredder or grenade. Then you choose male, female, different color. That's it. So really, the game's pretty straightforward. It's geared towards multiplayer. There's no solo play or anything like that. You could run, jump, shoot, throw grenades. You could fly with your booster for a limited amount of time. That has to recharge. But the one thing I found really interesting, gravity. See that? Does that make any sense? Look at this guy land. I'm shooting like straight across. The bullet's going like 17 feet. It's like a slingshot. Look at this. So I shot straight in the air. Nothing. The grenades work fine though. Give it a good lob here and it's gonna go, you know, pretty far. Coming straight down. Who'd have thought there'd be like a huge security hole in gravity, right? I mean, just throw this grenade straight up in the air, any other projectile straight in the air, and that's it. It just flies away. What is that? I could see how this game can be pretty fun if you get, you know, 12 people into one match, because definitely a lot of action going on for sure. The problem is not a lot of people are playing the game, so you don't get that multiplayer action. These are all bots that you're seeing now, and you hear all the screams, all the craziness. The problem is that bots like to back themselves into corners like this. would just sit here and farm kills as they fucking walk like lemmings right into my path. Sure, guys, carnage. Thanks for the achievements. The last game in today's video is going to be Beat Hazard, and this one's brought to you by Cold Bean Games, and it can be had for $9.99. And to give you a quick run through on how the game works, some of the basics there is Hamster Alliance from YouTube. This video I found that I thought explained it better than I think anybody else could.
Hey guys, this is Hamster, and the game that's on the screen is called Beat Hazard. And you might have noticed by now that the game is reacting to my voice. As I speak, things in the game happen. You're supposed to process music, but I've decided to process my voice. Because the more often I speak, and the louder I speak, the more bullets my ship shoots. Because this is Beat Hazard! Beat Hazard! I fucking love explosion!
Thank you, HamsterAlliance.com, for such a blissfully eloquent demonstration of the game's basics. Now, if you haven't already noticed, Cold Bean Games basically took the classic game Asteroids, and then they took every crappy Winamp visualization ever made, except the Dancing Girl one, because let me tell you, back in my day, this was the cutting edge in virtual porn right here. They took all that, threw it together, and then bam, Beat Hazard. Then they take this brilliant mashup a step further by adding several different enemy types, bosses, Xbox controller compatibility for Windows, and super bombs. Throughout the game, as you're blowing shit up, you're also going to come across score multipliers and power-ups. There are two types of power-ups. There's the volume increaser, which basically the louder the volume, the more intense the visualization is. Then there's the POW power-up that increases your weapon strength as well as how many bullets you're shooting out in a spray. When you max out the two, you get Beat Hazard, which is like the ultimate crazy weapon. And if you get the music up really loud and it's all crazy, then it gets all epic and shit. And even if you're not prone to seizures, you're likely gonna have one at least once. And the best part about this game is the only way that it could suck is if your music collection sucks. And since I have probably the greatest music collection in the world, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Black Eyed Peas Boom Boom Pow, the original mix. You take this crappy minimalistic dance pop mainstream shit or anything else that falls in the same vein and you play it, you're gonna be very disappointed with the gameplay. Take a look. See, not very impressive. Now, if we take that exact same song and maybe sprinkle a little awesome negative pH action in there, you know, some of them balls, just make them all over this Boom Boom Pow mix. Put a little bit of that on it, makes a huge difference. See, game doesn't suck anymore. Despite the game's simplicity, it's easily one of the best $10 I've spent in a long time, and I highly suggest you at least go check out the demo on Xbox Live and Steam. Sorry PS3 guys, but I'm sure it would probably look better on your system anyways, but Xbox Live and Steam, check it out. No. Whew, all right, so like I said, MMOs, guys. You know, if you guys have any suggestions for some good MMORPGs that are out, I understand there's Battle of the Immortals or something, there's Heroes of some shit, and then there's like something else, whatever, you know. I can't just go and do no Tales of Fantasy, that shit's too easy. There's always something just fucked up and retarded in that's like easy. I have to go like, oh, look at that. Hi, everyone laugh, it's hilarious because they actually did that. Give me a challenge, give me a game that's supposed to be awesome so I can go in there and I can find something to talk about or complain about. Hook me up, guys, at IamTheMikeB, Facebook.com/AKMikeB, IamTheMikeB.com. I'm so fucking full of myself, Mike B, at whatever freaking social outlet you have. And that's it. So hopefully I get some suggestions from you guys. Next week, I have no idea what I'm doing, so we'll see what happens. Good night.